Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Simmy's Kitchen. So, on today's menu, we have some butter garlic honey chicken thighs. We're going to do some roasted potato wedges in the oven, and also some candied carrots in the oven as well. Okay, so if you guys want to see how I do all of this, just stay tuned. Okay, y'all, so for my carrots, I just use one bag of baby carrots, and I washed them and I drizzled some oil on them. So you use olive oil or grapeseed oil, any one of those if you want. So for my seasoning, I have all-purpose seasoning, and in here I have some sugar with mesquite seasoning and my all-purpose seasoning and onion powder. So this is what's going on my carrots, and I'm just going to go ahead and use about 2 tablespoons of the seasoning to just get it all coated up, and we're going to bake this in the oven at 375. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so our carrots are all coated with our seasoning, and I'm just going to go ahead and put it on our baking tray. That's it. Now I'm just baking this for about 25 minutes, 30-25 minutes, until my carrots are nice and tender. You cook your carrots as to your desired taste. Okay, I like mine to be nice and tender because my little ones are going to eat it, and they're picky eaters. So nice and tender they are. Okay, if you want to make them with a little crunch in them, just lessen the time. Do about 20 minutes or 15 minutes, if you want that nice crunch. But so this is it. We just want to make sure they're not on top of each other and they got good spacing. Okay, so they all bake all nice and evenly. And I'm going to go ahead and put this in the oven, and I'll be back and we go ahead and get started with the rest of our meal. Okay guys, so our carrots are in the oven, and these are our potatoes. I used about 8 potatoes because we are potato lovers in this house. And so I just peeled them and I washed them to get rid of the excess starch, and also just cut them up in some wedge size, about this size. If you don't want to do wedges, you could do sticks. However you prefer to cut up your potatoes, go ahead and do so. But we're going to do it that way. And for my seasoning, I have garlic powder. I have some adobo seasoning. I have my mesquite, onion powder, and this is paprika. Okay, so I'm gonna use a teaspoon of all the seasoning, and I also drizzle some olive oil on my potatoes, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it in my baking pan. You could use a baking sheet. I'm using a baking pan, and we're putting it in the oven for 35 to 40 minutes on 375. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do my seasoning, get it all incorporated, and then I'll be back. Okay guys, so here's our potatoes. They're all seasoned. This is what they're looking like. So now we're just going to bake this for 35 to 40 minutes on 375 in the oven. Okay, and I'll be back. Okay y'all, so here we are at our chicken. We're going to bake this in the oven for 45 minutes on 375. And our seasonings that we're going to use to bake it. Now I'm going to bake it in the oven for 45 minutes, and when it's finished in the oven, I'm going to go ahead and make our garlic honey butter sauce on the stovetop, and we're going to mix our chicken up in that. Okay, so for our seasoning, I have our sweet and smoky Grill Mates rub, onion powder, garlic powder, adobo, and some paprika. Okay, so I already did, also 2 2 teaspoons of sugar. So I have everything incorporated right here. I'm just going to go ahead and scoop out about 2 tablespoons, mix this around, and get it in our oven. And I'll be back in a bit. Okay, you guys, our chicken is all seasoned, and this is what our chicken is looking like. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and put it in my oven for 375 for 45 minutes, and then I'll be back, okay? See you then. Okay guys, so our chicken is all done. What I have in here is the juice off the chicken. I have my butter melted in the juice. I just poured it in the saucepan and I just reduced it to this nice consistency, as you can see. Then I added in a half a stick of butter. Now I chopped up my garlic, and it was a good handful of garlic. I'm going to go ahead and put my garlic in here and let that infuse in my sauce, and then I'm going to add my honey. So 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, so I've added in my 2 tablespoons of honey. So what the kind of honey I'm using is raw honey. So this is my raw local honey. But you can use whatever you got on hand, okay? And this is what our sauce is looking like so far. Just get it like that. Get going. I'm just gonna let this get going just only for about no more than 5 minutes. I just want the garlic to infuse in the sauce and the honey to go ahead and melt down all the way.